Welcome to JasonWhiskyWise. My name is Jason. Welcome today to Whisky Review into the Glen Scotia 16-year-old. Now, the Glen Scotia 16 is a travel retail exclusive whiskey that's only available for airports. I did manage to pick up this little miniature in a tweet tasting, and this was back last year when they just first launched this. And I've come to the end because I kept revisiting this whiskey over time because I wanted to know exactly what is this whiskey. And at the end of the video, I will compare it in my conclusion alongside the 15-year-old because I think 15, 16, you need to get to the bottom of this. Which one do I feel is better if I put them alongside one another? So, to get my review style structure away, it is a 16-year-old whiskey. It's bottled at 46%. I believe no one's done an actual review on this whiskey yet, which is kind of surprising. It's been in the market for a year. But the cask selection for this one, it's all American oak casks. I have not seen anywhere that they state sherry, so it's pretty much all just American oak. In terms of the distillery, it's the Glen Scotia Distillery. They're owned by the parent company, the Loch Lomond Group, and they're located in Campbelltown, Scotland. And today I was actually helping. It's day 2 of the Whisky Lounge here in London, so when you're probably watching it, it's probably finished. But I tried a bit of the Glen Scotia 18, and maybe, fingers crossed, we might have a video of that coming up fairly soon. So, to get back to it, the price point. This is one that people will want to know. And last time I checked with my friends who work at travel retail, they told me the full-size bottle is £75. And I was kind of shocked. I was like, wow, that's a big price increase. If you guys have not seen my video on the 15-year-old, I'll leave a link to the corner here. Go and check it out. The 15-year-old, I think, was around about £55. And this one here is £25 or £20 more. So kind of a big incline just for 1 year difference. Now, in terms of exclusivity, it is exclusive. It's travel retail exclusive, but it might come into the market when people travel more and might pick up a bottle and try selling it to shops. Now, minus all that, I think let's just jump straight into the whiskey and get into the nose. So, into the nose. Into the nose of the Glen Scotia 16-year-old. This one, I'm going to tell you guys straight off the bat, don't write this whiskey off when you've just had your first initial impressions. Give it time in the glass. Let this one sit. Let it develop. And there's something that goes along with Glen Scotia's distillery. It's known as time honoured. It's their motto. I think most of their whiskies just need that time to let them open up in the glass and really just develop their character. But to get on this one, characters of this one on the nose, straight away, it's like a vanilla custard cream biscuit. It's like you've taken the top piece and you're eating the cream from inside. Then you've got the vanilla piece of biscuit as well. A bit of shortbread I'm getting on this one. Almost a character of spiced apple and spiced green apple. There is a little character over there of nectarines. It's got a little sort of citrusy character that develops, but more along the lines of now a bit of white pepper. And developed on now, I'm getting loads of biscuits on this one, but this is almost like gingerbread biscuits with actual pieces of ginger inside. Adding that little bit of heat to the nose, but it gives it a bit more character. That maritime character is seeping through. It's almost very soft and very gentle. It's not really demanding in other whiskies that I've tried. And there is a character in this one that reminds me of a chocolate bar. And this is like a Snickers chocolate bar. You get them here in the UK. I'm not too sure about America or in Canada, but Google it. It's got a sort of caramel inside. It's got a bit of a nutty character as well. I'm getting that, but without the chocolate coating. Very interesting. And there's a slight note in there. There's like a toasted note. It's almost like a toasted piece of white bread. So it's got a very unique, almost even a slight malty character. But that's about it for the nose. That's actually quite interesting. It's not as deep, but I think it's got some unique characters over there. The really one that got me off guard was the Snickers note. But yeah, let's get into the palate next. Slanger. So now into the palate for the Glen Scotia 16. Arrival starts out quite light. I was expecting a little bit more because I'm comparing it to the 15 straight after, but it develops slightly. It sort of builds itself up. From that light, it goes into a light medium. It doesn't really push itself into that medium category, which, you know, it's a little bit lighter. I think this is more a bit gentler. However, in terms of characters on the palate, lots of lemon, lots of lime. It's almost like a lemon and lime cordial. It's quite juicy. A lot of that slight bitter character, but it's not too notable. It's just very faint, and I'm probably picking out because I'm really trying to look deep into this whiskey. It then goes into almost like a nectarine. It comes a bit more juicier, more fruitier, almost a little bit more citrus. It's just fading away, and then you get this little maritime character, and it just blows itself over. The sort of Citrus characters are now fading slightly. For me, I'm getting a little bit of... It reminds me, this is going to be sounding weird, but it reminds me of a pretzel. Like a freshly baked pretzel. Come out of the oven, got a bit of sea salt over the top, you're taking a bite out of this, and you're getting that little bit of the flake, or even like a big bit of sea salt, but it's not horrible, but it's enjoyable. It's that sort of sea salty character I'm picking out on the palate. It's actually quite enjoyable. But overall, I'm getting a little bit of that vanilla. It's almost like a vanilla oak. It's a little slightly oaky, but not too much. I'm going to have a second sip, see what else I can pick out. Yeah, from the second sip, a lot more, a little bit of that spice coming through, that vanilla is still there. It's not really even a vanilla cream, it's a vanilla oak like I mentioned. A slight sort of spiced character, but it's nothing too much that is not, I wouldn't say it's not horrible. It's actually quite nice. So, all in all, the palate's quite a nice one on this one. Let's get in the finish, and then we'll come to my conclusions on the Glen Scotia 16. So overall, for the finish of the Glen Scotia 16, the overall finish, it's quite, I'd say, on the lines of a sort of medium, maybe just pushing a medium full, but I'm going to hold out and say medium. That sort of citrus profile is really just holding itself on the palate. A little bit of spice which fades off, and that white peppery character really distinctive now on the finish, more on the mid and the side of the palate. But all in all, I'm going to compare at the end here right now to the Glen Scotia 15-year-old. But first I'm going to give you my rating. So my rating for this one, I was going to give it an 83. However, I'm deciding to give it a little bump up, and I'm going to justify this right now. So, reason behind the rating of 84 out of 100. Now, if you have missed any of the other videos from the Glen Scotia range, I do suggest you go and check them out. However, Glen Scotia 16 is different from the 15. 15, you're getting a little bit more depth, a bit more complexity. The 16 does have some great flavor profiles. However, for me, it lacks that texture that I get in the 15. One of the bigger aspects of this one is the price point, and that's my personal thing. When I look at whiskey sometimes, am I getting my value for money? And for the 15, it's like £55. The 16, you're looking at £75. So you're looking at £25 more for that 1 year. Plus, it's travel retail exclusive. So, and the airport, I believe it's the airport that chooses the pricing, so it can be slightly higher. So all in all, value for money, I'd say no. It's not something that I would go and buy. Especially when it comes to £75 for a 16 Glen Scotia. I can go and buy the Victoriana, which if you give a bit of time, or the 18, those are things that are in the same price range. I just don't feel the 16 cuts it for value for money. In terms of does it need water or time, I highly suggest it. Give it time. You're going to get a bit more of these characters really working their way through. Initially, when I did try it, it was closed. It wasn't giving me so much. I had to give it a lot more time, spend time with it. I added water to another glass, and it did also open up, but it does need at least 5 or 10 minutes in the glass. So do give these whiskeys some time. It might just show you something which you wouldn't expect from Glen Scotia. But minus that, 84 out of 100 is my rating. I could ramble on. I'm going to wrap the video at that. If you have enjoyed, by all means, feel free to drop it a thumbs up, as it always helps the channel. Hit the subscribe button if you're new, and be sure to check out some of the other Glen Scotia videos I'll leave here on screen. But this has been me, JasonWhiskyWise, Mr. Bananas. I will catch you all for the next video. Slaja.